got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today we got Baton Rouge drill, aka the big step of music, lyrics that really happened from the Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel, man. So look, Baton Rouge, man. When you think of Baton Rouge rap, man, you know, of course, the OG's gonna think of Master P. You gonna think of No Limit, man. But nowadays, man, you got NBA Youngboy, you got Fredo Bang. Man, who else from there? Scotty Kane from Baton Rouge, man. It is so much talent out in Baton Rouge right now, man, and them boys really they living what they rapping about, man. It's definitely one of the war zones when it comes down to, you know, just street politics and music mixed in together. Baton Rouge is definitely in that one of the top spots, man. So look, we ain't doing no more talking. We gonna get into it right now here on MANIACITV. Let's get it.
A wild city with murders and robberies going down every day. Anything can happen in the streets. Crazy enough, the music and news tell us all about it. Here are some Baton Rouge drill lyrics that have actually happened. Matter of fact, I used to call you my big brother. Then you did some foul and had sex with my sister. Then threw it in my face in front of people on Insta. I ain't gonna speak on that disease that y'all gave to each other. In this bar, Youngboy is addressing his beef with another Baton Rouge artist named G Money, his childhood friend turned op. Although today NBA Youngboy is at the top of the rap game and worth millions of dollars, the rapper had a rough childhood growing up on the streets of Baton Rouge. His father was sentenced to 55 years in prison, and he moved in with his grandmother at 10 years old. Not long after, he got involved in the streets and ended up dropping out of high school at 14 to pursue a rap career. In middle school, Youngboy started running around with his friend Lil Herc, and together they were breaking into houses and doing whatever else they could to make money. Lil Herc was the young brother of a local rapper named G Money, who was a few years older than the two, but became like a big brother to Youngboy. Shortly after dropping out of school, Youngboy got arrested for robbery and was sent to one of the worst youth detention centers in the country. While he was locked up, his grandmother who raised him died due to heart failure. After getting out of juvie, Youngboy was forced to ask his friends and family for food and shelter.
I feel like that moment changed Youngboy's life, man. You know, I feel like he got the most love from his grandma. And it's like when she gone, you know, she was probably the glue that kind of held him together. And since then, you know, he kind of just been on his own, you know, on his own shit, man.
Failure. After getting out of juvie, Youngboy was forced to ask his friends and family for food and shelter. The rapper even stayed with Lil Herc and G Money for a while, who helped him get to the next stage in his rap career. G Money was affiliated with a gang and record label called TBG. Baton Rouge is divided into two sections. The upper section reps TBG, or Top Boy Gorillas, and the lower section reps BBG, or Bottom Boy Gorillas. So TBG was not only running the streets, they had also established a record label to launch themselves into the music industry, and G Money was one of their most promising artists. While Youngboy was staying with them, G Money mentored him and helped him get signed to TBG. Around that time, G Money released a single iPhone 6, which featured a very young NBA Youngboy and another up-and-coming Baton Rouge rapper, Fredo Bang. This song took off and established G Money as one of the hottest rappers in the city.
This what I be telling people though, man. Like, fans, y'all got the right to like whoever y'all want. You know, I know there's a lot of NBA Youngboy fans on this channel. There's a lot of Fredo Bang fans on this channel too, man. But I be telling people, you know, Youngboy learned a lot from TBG, man. Regardless of what y'all feel about, how y'all feel about TBG, man, Youngboy learned a lot from them boys, man. He learned everything when it comes down to this music thing. He learned from G Money. He learned from Fredo Bang. He learned from a lot of people in their camp, man. You can't even debate that.
For Fredo Bang. This song took off and established G Money as one of the hottest rappers in the city. Around the same time, Youngboy also released his debut project with TBG called Life Before Fame, which failed to attract much attention. So G Money became the focus of TBG's marketing efforts, and Youngboy was pushed to the side. Feeling like he wasn't getting the respect his talent deserved, Youngboy eventually left TBG to focus on building his own label, NBA, his own crew, and his own brand. At that time, the rappers were still cool, but things would soon take a turn for the worse. In late 2016, NBA dropped the Project 38 Baby, which featured guest verses from major Baton Rouge artists like Kevin Gates and Lil Boosie. The title track blew up and established Youngboy as a major threat in the music industry. He followed up quickly with Mind of a Menace 3, which was also well received. Many of these early tracks.
Man, I really want to get Lil Yoshi on the channel, man. I gotta hit Lil Yoshi up and see if I can get an interview with him, man, because he was telling me so many things, but I want him to tell it. You know, I don't want to, you know, be on here saying what he was saying, but Like, he was telling so many stories about, you know, when YoungBoy and them, when they was all cool with each other, and you know how things went left like that, man. I really want to get him on the channel.
He followed
man.
up quickly with Mind of a Menace 3, which was also well received. Many of these early tracks contained subtle disses at his former label and partners, but he didn't mention anyone directly by name. Then, he dropped a track called Change off his project Before I Go, where he raps, "YoungBoy, not TBG, NBA, it's a way of living. Let a play, he gon' get it. Talk about it like I ain't with it. Name a shook me, you know I ain't. You can save your breath, no advice tooken. What it is, I see you looking." In this bar, he officially announces that he's no longer cool with TBG, and if they have any problems, he's ready for whatever. After he left the label, it seemed like there was no bad blood between the two crews, and YoungBoy just made a personal decision to go the independent route to focus on building his own brand. But with this track, he made it clear that he's no longer rocking with TBG, and if they have any problems with him, he's ready for smoke. This track was,
and that was the thing too. I will say this, man. People in TBG, they didn't even see it coming. They didn't see it coming. YoungBoy, with Yoshi told me, like, I'm gonna just say a little piece of what he told me. You know, he said that, you know, YoungBoy would always try to go out and record by himself. Like, he always want to, you know, everybody else be in the studio. He would want to kind of go to the studio by himself and be in there by himself. So he kind of started drifting away from them, but they didn't really, it kind of caught them off guard. Like, dang, I thought we was cool with each other, but, you know, you acting like you ain't really with us. And, you know, and that's when NBA was formed, man. So that's just a little piece of what I will say, man. I gotta get Yoshi on the channel, man. Come on.
And if they have any problems with him, he's ready for smoke. This track was basically a declaration of war and made it official that NBA doesn't rock with TBG, and they were official ops. On the same track, YoungBoy even name drops a few people who would later be involved in the beef. First, he raps, "Cooling on the phone with Dump," talking about his manager, who can be seen riding around with him in the video, where YoungBoy is rapping along to the song. Dump would later be killed in retaliation for another murder in his deadly beef. Later in the song, he also raps, "In the bottom with Deusa." Deusa's another rapper from Baton Rouge who YoungBoy was cool with before this whole beef popped off. But just a few months later, YoungBoy wouldn't be rocking with Deusa anymore after the rapper was allegedly involved in the murder of his cousin. In November 2016, another up-and-coming rapper from Baton Rouge named Boozilla was shot and killed. Boozilla happened to be YoungBoy's cousin, and his death set off a wave of retaliation shootings in Baton Rouge. Boozilla and YoungBoy had actually been beefing for a while, but just made up before his death. Internet rumors suggest.
And it's crazy because Baby Joe, BBG, Baby Joe, and Boozilla, they were cool when Boozilla was beefing with YoungBoy, and Baby Joe even wanted to smoke with YoungBoy, but, you know, now it's changed.
They fell out because YoungBoy finessed him for a pack, but they eventually straightened it out. Boozilla rapped BBG, who's known to beef with TBG. So after YoungBoy and Boozilla became tight again, they began to plot against TBG, which is why YoungBoy started dissing them in his music. After Boozilla was killed, YoungBoy was out for blood. Not long after his death, Boozilla had dissed Deusa, which is allegedly why he was killed. So YoungBoy and a few of his homies did a drive-by on the suspected killers, and the rapper ended up catching an attempted murder charge. This really escalated the beef between NBA and TBG, with G-Money responding to YoungBoy's disses in his own music. YoungBoy narrowly beat the attempted murder charge after hiring an expensive team of lawyers who called in music industry executives to testify on his behalf. After spending about 8 months locked up, he was given a 10-year suspended sentence, which meant he'd be allowed to walk, but if he screwed up again, he's locked up again. Not long after being released from prison, he released a
YoungBoy, he can't catch a break. I saw that. Y'all saw that that Operation Never Free Again that the feds, I told y'all they been plotting on YoungBoy. They do not want this man out. Like, man, the lawyer, they came across that Never Free Again, man. I'm telling you, they trying to get this man. They trying to throw him under the prison, man. Come on,
but if he screw up again, he's locked up again. Not long after being released from prison, he released the project Ain't Too Long, which contained the song Poor One, where he talks about his beef with G-Money. On the track, he admits that he once looked at the rapper as an older brother, but after G-Money had sex with his sister, then brags about it on social media, YoungBoy felt pretty disrespected. He also drops the bar, "When them killed my cousin, man, that made me wonder," showing that Boozilla's death also impacted his feelings toward TBG. Around the same time, G-Money did an interview with Say Cheese TV, where he admits that he did sleep with YoungBoy's sister, but it happened a long time ago, and YoungBoy wasn't tripping over it initially.
Not really. He mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had her a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though. You know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother and shit. You hear me? I guess.
But after he got famous and started making some money, he let his ego get the best of him and was tripping over old emotions he had kept bottled up. But the beef was far
And
from
that
over,
happens.
and more diss tracks and bodies in this ongoing war were yet to come. This next bar is about an NBA affiliate who was tragically shot and killed in front of his girlfriend and family. Left him slumped under his car, he had his pistol. Lit Yoshi.
My nigga
Lit Yoshi is another
man.
rapper from TBG who got sucked into the beef later on after G Money was murdered. Youngboy and G Money had been trading diss tracks and making threats on social media. Then one night, after G Money was leaving the studio, he was shot and killed. That put TBG at a major disadvantage on the music front, with their most popular artist now dead, while their other two most popular artists
was locked up, man. Fredo and Quick was locked up. G, when he dropped that industry song, that gained so many views, man. That mug blew up. And I feel like if G never would have got killed, man, by the time Fredo and Quick got out, man, TBG would have been probably one of the top labels in the game right now. I mean, Fredo is holding it down for both of them now. You know, Fredo is doing his thing, his stock continuing to rise, but it would have happened a lot sooner. Like, I feel like the industry wouldn't have shut doors on Fredo the way they did if G never got killed, man. Or maybe they would have. They probably would have ended up shutting doors on G, low key, because you know how the industry was. I'm
major
just
disadvantage
saying.
on the music front, with their most popular artist now dead, while their other two most popular artists, Fredo Bang and Boulevard Quick, were in prison. So Lit Yoshi, one of TBG's deadliest shooters, started rapping just to throw shade at the NBA camp and keep the beef alive. In this bar, Lit Yoshi's rapping about Youngboy's manager, Desmond Hardnett, aka Dump, who would become the next casualty in the war between NBA and TBG. By that point, Youngboy had already become one of the most popular rappers in the industry who was selling out shows across the country. That made it near impossible for TBG to hit the rapper himself, so they went after the closest person they could. In May 2018, Dump was standing in the front yard with his girlfriend and other family members when shots were fired from a vehicle driving by. His girlfriend was also hit, and they were both brought to the hospital. His girl survived, but unfortunately, Dump passed away. Dump was not known to be involved in the streets, aside from his associations with Youngboy. Before getting into the music industry, he had worked in construction and landscaping. Family members claim that he didn't have any known enemies, so he clearly wasn't prepared for the attack that would take his life. According to Lit Yoshi, he had a pistol on him when he was killed, which is common for anyone in the South, even those who aren't in the streets. But it was a surprise attack that no one saw coming, so he wasn't able to draw the weapon in time to protect himself. Dump's murder was meant to send a message to the NBA camp that no one is safe in the streets of Baton Rouge, and anyone affiliated with them can get caught up in the drama.
And that's the thing, when you in the trenches like that, it don't matter who you with. Like, it don't matter if you probably could have never even shot a gun in your life. You ain't gang affiliated, you work a regular 9 to 5. If they see you with them, because, man, it's crazy, man. If they can't get to them, they gonna get to the next person closest to them, man.
Camp that no one is safe in the streets of Baton Rouge, and anyone affiliated with them can get caught up in the drama. The shooters were rumored to be Lit Yoshi and Boulevard Quick, who had just been released from prison not long before the shooting. But it wouldn't be long before NBA would keep the war going by dissing his ops on another track. He ran his mouth about topping them, got the drop, and then we popped him. NBA Youngboy, The Last Backyard. In this bar, Youngboy is rapping about
This
Boulevard
damn near NBA Youngboy lyrics that really happened.
Quick, who was rumored to be one of the shooters responsible for Dump's murder. Boulevard Quick was locked up at the time of G Money's murder. After he and Fredo Bang were both released, the two rappers went on a mission to hold it down for TBG and seek revenge for their homie's death. They started dissing Youngboy any chance they could get. Youngboy had been kind of quiet over the past few months, mainly because he had no one to beef with online after G Money was killed. But after Dump was murdered and TBG started back up with the disses, Youngboy was right back to his old ways. It got so heated that Youngboy's mom even jumped in and told her son's two rivals to f off and leave Youngboy alone. Boulevard Quick responded and told her to mind her business, which Youngboy wasn't happy about. Just a few weeks later, Boulevard Quick was shot to death outside the Lakeside Villa apartments where he lived. The rapper was standing outside the apartment complex when he was shot several times. This made him the second TBG rapper to lose his life in this beef. Boulevard Quick's death is believed to be direct retaliation for his involvement in Dump's murder, in addition to his constant dissing of Youngboy and the comments he made toward the rapper's mom. So in this bar, Youngboy is describing exactly what happened to Boulevard Quick. He started running his mouth, but didn't realize that Youngboy still had goons all over the city. They caught him lacking in the parking lot of his own home, and the rest is history. After Quick was murdered, police started putting the pieces together that many of the shootings and murders going on in Baton Rouge were related to this beef. They started going after all TBG or NBA affiliates linked to any of the crimes.
Dog, and this is another thing I'm gonna say that Lit Yoshi was telling me, man. Like I said, I want to get him on the channel, but I'm gonna wait until all the case and everything, the case that he got on him, goes over and dies down a little bit. But he was saying how, because I told him, like, man, like, I know for y'all, it's real hot out there. I know it's real hot out there. And he's like, yeah, it's like the feds, they look for anything, like I've been saying, they've been targeting Youngboy, They looking for anybody affiliated with NBA or TBG. And he told me, he was like, they tell Fredo that, like, he tells Fredo all the time that he should collab with YoungBoy. This was before YoungBoy got arrested. This was like back in, when did I talk to Lil Yoshi? Like back in January, February. And he was like, man, we be telling Fredo to collab with NBA YoungBoy because it'll throw the feds way off. Like, no, they ain't gonna squash no beef, obviously. But if they do a song together, if they collab together, the feds gonna be thrown way the fuck off. They ain't gonna know what to think. Be like, oh, well, these crews, they going at each other, taking bodies from each other. But that, I'm telling you, it'll fuck they head up if Fredo and YoungBoy, two of the most prominent members of each clique, got on the song together, man. That's why I feel like in them interviews, Fredo, like when he say he open to doing a song with YoungBoy, he ain't trolling. I feel like, you know, he low-key really is open to doing the song with YoungBoy just so that they can, you know, throw the feds off, man. I'm just saying.
Were related to this beef. They started going after all TBG or NBA affiliates linked to any of the crimes, including Lil Yoshi, who's currently being charged with several attempted murder cases that came from this beef. An NBA affiliate named NBA Pap was also arrested for the murder of G Money, proving that the rapper was killed in retaliation for dissing YoungBoy. With all the other top rappers either dead or in jail, this left just Fredo Bang and YoungBoy to compete over who is the most dominant rapper in the city. YoungBoy is clearly the more popular and successful rapper at the moment, but all his street beefs and wild calls have gotten him into a lot of trouble. He was recently arrested on a federal firearms charge that may turn into a RICO case, which could potentially put the rapper behind bars for life. Although YoungBoy has always found a way to avoid serious jail time in the past, it seems like the Baton Rouge police and now the feds have caught on to what's going on in the TBG NBA war. They're looking to paint YoungBoy as a violent gang leader who's orchestrated hits on rival rappers like G Money and Boulevard Quick. And based on his own lyrics, it isn't too hard to get that impression as well. Hopefully, YoungBoy can stay on his best behavior and hire a good team of lawyers who will help him secure his freedom.
It's gonna be tough.
But even if he does get out, it seems like it's only a matter of time before the rapper will be back in the streets. If you thought this video was crazy, be sure to check out our channel for more.
It's just, man, shout out Hip Hop Daily, man. Y'all head on over and give him a subscribe. But man, this is crazy. The NBA YoungBoy situation, man, I don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen in this. You know, he's got out of it a lot before, but I think this might be the one. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, his lawyer has a good defense, but if the judge ain't going for it, because I know they trying to get him bond right now. If the judge ain't going for it, I don't think that judge is gonna budge at all. But if the judge ain't going for it, I don't know, man. It might be a few years until, like, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen. But Baton Rouge Drill, man. Link down below in the description for lyrics that really happened if y'all want to check it out in its entirety uninterrupted. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me, want daily reaction videos, hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta